Can you rule out an American ground invasion?
I don't want to rule in. I don't talk about it.
How's it? Hang loose. Welcome to Mongoose Mix Hawaii, the channel. Alright. Aloha everyone. It is Tuesday, December 9th. Tuesday. And we can turn this on because it's Tuesday, that's why. Yeah. And Ghost 2 Box set and ready. Okay. Yeah, Tuesday. Ooh, little vlog, little news. I got a speech I have to do tomorrow in Toastmasters because we have so few people. It just roundhouse. I ran out of things to say. I think my speech is going to be on how I struggled to secure my health insurance via Medicare. A very boring story, but it was cliffhanger for me, and I still am not sure. And I'm just going to tell him, hey, I'm going to tell you something very, very boring. You didn't want to hear it before, so I made it a speech. So sit. I don't know. Kevin. Okay, that's nice. Kevin, my brother, is making predictions on all the football games. Getting into the football season. Now, yesterday, I went, Michael came over and said, hey, let's go, exercise. Hag. Let's go exercise. So we went on a walk.
Zachary.
Went on a walk around Diamond Head.
Help.
And I thought it was like, just walk around there. But I was thinking walking around Diamond Head Crater, which is like 6-7 miles. So we went down, and it was kind of hot. So we went down, like walking, okay, got some stuff done, went down there walking, and it was kind of hot. And I was definitely hadn't exercised for a bit. So I was out of shit, and I'm like, oh, my back is hurting. And I was getting pretty dehydrated. I was hurting. I mean, it turned out to be like, I don't know, like 4 miles. Walked off, like walked 2 miles that way. It was like, sit down. Then walked 2 miles the other way. Yeah, it was an endurance odyssey for me. For him, it was just like a walk, just exercising his knee. But I was like, oh gosh, So I did this weird thing, and not weird thing, I was checking my sleep pattern, which I do, and that first half of the night I was sleeping like a log, deep sleep,
psychic
deep sleep. The second half of the night, for some reason, it's like up there, like ding, bouncing awake. I don't remember being, it's just so weird. It's like half and half. Don't remember. It just like I woke up. Anyways. Oh, vlogging news. Okay, so news. To avoid that, there's a weird $82 billion merger. Netflix wants to buy Warner Brothers, the movie studio, and Warner Brothers kind of owns like HBO and CNN and all this other big stuff. It's huge, and they want to buy it, and some people are scared that it would wipe out movies as we know it because everything will just be Netflix streaming. And so I think Paramount Skydance wants to come in to buy it. It's just like a big who gets the bidding war of this $82 billion thing. It's so it would be like a big monopoly. And in order to do such things, you need government, federal approval for the regulations, like FCC, all that kind of thing. So Trump is gonna have his finger in the pie with this approval or not approval of $82 billion merger. So I wonder who last did that. Remember Stephen Colbert got canceled because he said it was a bribe when Trump sued 60 minutes for this interview edit. And CBS, ABC, whatever it was, CBS I think, was part of this, gonna be merged into Paramount Skydance. And so this merger was up in the air, floating. And then the CBS or whatever, whichever one it was like, okay, it has to have government approval. And then they get, one of their shows is getting sued by Trump. So they just pay them. They didn't like, they could have easily won.
Track.
No. But they just gave Trump $16 billion just like that. Stephen Colbert called it a bribe, and then he got canceled by the studio. Is this all because of what's in the background? Is approval
I remember
for
you.
the giant merger? So Trump has
Failure.
his finger in the pies, and there's all kinds of other wacky stuff. But let's make this short because I have a doctor's appointment in the afternoon. Let's see what's in Hawaii news, right? Hawaii news, quickly. Don't be too much. Oh, look, more billions of dollars. $2.3 billion. Alexander and Baldwin local real estate, and oh gosh, will mark Hawaii's largest commercial real estate transaction at the end of an era. The largest owner of grocery-anchored neighborhood shopping centers. Oh gosh, 150. Okay, so that's big stuff. All these things. After Trump gave billions to Argentina, couldn't get the China deal, so our farmers were hurting. So now he's gonna, I got $20 billion. He's gonna pay them off. Farm relief. Yes, he's making it all better. Art of the deal, paying for mistakes. And in sports, Iolani, basketball. Hey, how about back in the day? Alright, gotta be something. There we go. It's nearly Christmas. 1964, remember? Just relax, just put on the giant Santa sticker on the front of the fire engine. Every year, Honolulu Rapid Transit chooses a bus that needs a coat of paint and decorates the vehicle with the spirit of the season. After the holidays, the bus repainted. Santa whiskers is design plan. Oh, look, you get Santa. You just put him on the bus. That's a bus? Oh gosh, okay. Looks like a fire engine. Oh, there we go.
I got a secret decoder ring in my cereal. I got a Star Trek badge. I got a FIFA Peace Prize.
Pretty much. We have a cereal prize. Hey. Okay. I remember cereals had that stuff. Okay. What do we got here?
You're listening.
Nursing, nurse value profession, taxes should be spent in education, athletics, but which one? Display bag of Trump,
Evidence. This one.
Critical content with evidence.
When the Star Advertiser prints commentary, letters to the editor, and political cartoons on its editorial pages that
They are here.
characterize President Donald Trump as corrupt and even having violated the United States Constitution, it would be advantageous to the reader that
Why is she here?
I don't know, that the newspaper add a citation that exhibits the law President Trump has violated.
I can't leave.
Identify it. To date, there are 0 corruption charges against this president and his
I
administration.
can't talk.
Okay. And his administration that have produced any findings to substantiate 1 iota of corruption. There exists nothing, nowhere, anywhere of a Supreme Court ruling that this president has breached the United States Constitution. Therefore, it would be
I want to come.
appreciated if the newspaper would not continue to publish innuendos alluding we have a lawless president. The truth is, we have a president who is enforcing the laws, and that is the only story that counts. Tom Berg, Eva Beach. Wow, gee, thank you, Tom. That's a geek. You geeking out here. Yeah. Yeah, that's a very unusual letter. Apparently you, for Trump there, it's okay. But, any corruption charges? The president, there's no one iota of evidence? Oh, what are you talking about? This guy's like full of stuff.
There's 2.
It's just that it doesn't go into the court system because he's got that kind of like rigged. Yeah, let me try to go here a second. Okay, there was a person in.
I can't get through.
There was a prosecutor.
Please stop.
In Georgia against the election frauding or tampering with elections in the state of Georgia. Now he went after her, Letitia James. And he went after her and was saying, she's corrupt, she's claiming dual residency in a mortgage fraud case. And
Perfect.
She needs to be prosecuted with the DOJ being weaponized. Investigate and all this kind of stuff. And the courts wouldn't investigate her because basically there's no evidence to investigate. So you can't have a grand jury prosecute, and the grand jury's like, with what? They don't got evidence for it, so he wants to prosecute her.
Look for me.
In this case, every accusation is actually a confession. Applies to this because Trump has a case where he's frauding something with mortgage and dual residency crap. He's got the same kind of thing going on. See, I think the corruption, I think of like money, getting money. He's the biggest grifter there is. He's increased his wealth like $2 to $6 billion. His
I'm weak.
personal, him and his family wealth. They used to, I think, accuse Hunter Biden, President Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden. He's using his presidential son, my dad's the president, to get money, and you would accuse him. And then you look at Jared, the son-in-law of Trump, with billions of dollars from Saudi Arabia because he's just being appointed to Saudi Arabia. It's these connections. It's nepotism, it's graft, it's all kinds of bad. And as far as unconstitutional, what the hell? He'll say one thing and do the other when it comes to constitutional stuff. So there's this thing called habeas corpus, right? You can't just go out and imprison somebody without naming the crime, okay? It's like you can't just arrest someone for the sake of arresting them. There's gotta be, what am I arrested for? You've heard it over and over again. And if they don't have this in place, he's just going out there arresting people. And he needs that for his ICE, get out all the brown people and expel them from the country, which he wants to make Mar-a-Lago Club, I guess. So that's called habeas corpus. That's in the United States Constitution, plain and simple. And so he's just going, we don't need that in the Constitution. It goes up to the courts because regular federal courts are going, hey, that's unconstitutional, we're blocking that. And then he appeals it to the Supreme Court. But on the Supreme Court, it's a 6-9 majority of his MAGA Supreme Court justices. So the Supreme Court will pretty much rule in favor of Trump. If he gets it up to the Supreme Court, he wins. So whatever he says goes. The Supreme Court interprets the Constitution. And they're just going, well, it's plain as day in the Constitution, but we'll just interpret it differently. Another version, or another example, One Iota, was he's never corrupt, having violated the United States Constitution. He incited a riot. He incited an insurrection. Oops. Trump started,
I hear you.
pushed forward into the Capitol building itself, a riot. That's an insurrection. That a lower court just had a jury trial of it. It's like, it's in other courts is, yep, that's an insurrection. He's basically an insurrectionist. It says in the Constitution that if you're ever done of an insurrection, you took an oath of office, you did an insurrection, you can't take the oath of office again, you can't hold office. He's in the presidency via that, illegally, via the Constitution. The list is huge. And these things about taking powers away from Congress, that's in the Constitution. You can't do tariffs without consulting Congress, but he does tariffs without consulting Congress. It's just that nobody's challenging him. It's not proven in a court of law because no one's bringing him up to the law to prove it. It's like, because a lot of that system is just let him do it. Just let him do it. So it's like the criminal is no guardrails, freely doing stuff, and he's not bringing. If they put him up to the justice stuff, they would be impeached. That's why they're so worried about the midterm elections. So if
It's not easy.
If it changes, and then it's they have to vote for it to be an impeachment trial. So it has to go through House to the Senate. They did it to him twice before. They had him impeached. It went to the Senate, and then there's Mitch McConnell going, nah, we're not going to even listen to it. That's technically not against the law, but twice impeached, and it doesn't even hit the trial zone. That's how he's bucking the system. It's like the Teflon Don, this is the guy. he's not. Anyways, so yeah, Tom, your letter is it's silly. Yeah, I know you're a big fan. Not one iota of evidence. His whole freaking existence. He's tearing apart the Constitution stuff, and he's grifting tons of money with a Qatar plane and all this. Oh God, I can't list all this stuff, but yeah, he's one of the most. I mean, he has 30 something felony convictions. What the fuck? And he's president. Somehow he's allowed to be president by enough of a group where if you went by the law, he'd be in jail. He'd be in prison for sure. That's why he's so trying to do all this other stuff, distract. So let's hope all these wars don't go, like Venezuela and Ukraine. If they do something, I don't know. It's discouraging. But it's Tuesday, so have a wonderful Tuesday. Yeah, he's a dirty bird. Aloha to you. Aloha.
Gotta go do something else.